Hello family, this is your girl Mary Lee. Don't forget to put the dash between the Mary and the Lee. I'm going to try to make this my last little wrap-up video concerning all this AA mess and, the railroad I've been going through for the last almost 11 years concerning, my personal life, but most importantly, my business. We're going to start with Cornerstone just for about 30 seconds. You see this flyer? I posted it on my Facebook page trying to give them some what would you call it, free publicity or whatever, or advertising. There you go. And when I got there, I didn't find anything that was decent to wear, to tell you the truth. It was a clothing and household goods, you understand what I'm saying, that they, was giving away. And I was a part of the uptown area for, some years or whatever and stuff back in the day or whatever. Long story short, I've given away good, decent stuff, but I couldn't find anything here that was decent at this Cornerstone free store, clothing, housing good. It's over now, but they have it so often or whatever and stuff. Matter of fact, they treated me so bad. I tried using a ladies' bathroom. I even asked for a key, the key to use it or whatever. Next thing I knew, a lot of men started surrounding, the bathroom. A lady had opened the door, you understand what I'm saying, with another key, just to, humiliate me and make sure that I do not go back to the Cornerstone free program or whatever. See, they're trying to eliminate, where I can go, and, if everybody closed the door on me, where will I go once they, railroad me this last time? What, the streets? You understand what I'm saying? See where this is going? So, it was a mess. I tried recording it, but somehow or another, it didn't go through. I was trying to have the white guy, tell the rest of the people that, I asked for the key before I took it off the desk. But because, he was in on it, and all the other guys and the lady that opened up the door with the other key, you understand what I'm saying? Somehow or another, Google, you understand what I'm saying, cut the video off and I wasn't able to get it. But yeah, it was a mess. And this is the reason why. You see this picture of Lena Horne? She played in The Wiz with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross. She was supposed to be the good witch. But if you see this this May 9th day right there, see it says Lena. I didn't know her middle name was Mary, and I didn't know her last name was Calhoun. See, Calhoun was the judge, and this is everything I love, that sentenced me for disarming a police officer back in 2008, something I did not do. This was the railroad. You understand what I'm saying? For real. That was the railroad. You understand what I'm saying? Calhoun, Judge Calhoun. She got a street name after her downtown. And, Lena Horne, she looks like, my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans and stuff. And everybody knows on May 9th of 2016, the day after Mother's Day, which I was arrested on Mother's Day, going to at a AA meeting called the Mustard Seed. I was arrested because I was homeless or whatever. They had made me homeless because, look at the other videos after this one, and you'll know I'm trying to go through something real fast though, So yeah, I didn't know her name, Lena Horne. Name was Lena Mary Calhoun. I did not know that. You understand what I'm saying? But somebody, one of my little buddies hit me to this here, and thank God for, my buddy. You understand what I'm saying? So that is very important. See, dates matter when they trying to railroad a person and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And other things in Lena Horne's story, you can, Google it or whatever and stuff before they take it down or whatever and stuff. It has some significance pertaining to, my story. You understand what I'm saying? But right here where it says something about they had a son, Edward Jones, February the 7th, 1940 through September 12th, 1970, who died of kidney disease. Now, back in the day, I was wearing a Green Bay Packer t-shirt. It was some years ago, less than 5 years ago. And, I was on 87th Street and I needed a quarter, for real, to get on the train. And, long story short, the dogs, the guys that have the dogs or whatever and stuff that be monitoring the train station and stuff, the guy was giving me a hard time over a quarter, and the lady was going to give me a quarter, and he was like, no, don't give her nothing. So I was, kind of upset about that. And, I was like, man, what's it to you if she give me a quarter? You understand what I'm saying? For real. Truth of the matter, I just wanted to see if I was worth a quarter. So, I played the dance with the guy, and, he called the police, and I waited for the police to come, and I wanted to see how they would treat me and stuff. So I complied with the police. They said, put your hand on the glass. I did. Put your hand behind your back. I did. They handcuffed me. Don't you know that white police officer, a man, put the taser to my kidney, pulled the trigger, drew blood, took me to the police station, never ever arrested me or anything, for real. You understand what I'm saying? Let me go. My shirt all bloody. You understand? I don't have the shirt anymore because, of course, everything that's worth something they take. But I made sure that I ran through the red line train station with the shirt telling my story. You understand what I'm saying? I made sure of that. Yeah. And then come to find out, our so-called chief of police, Eddie Johnson, needed a kidney. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, this is really weird. Not only that, my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans, she works for the bank, or she was a banker. She was a real estate agent, and she was a bartender. Okay? So while I'm getting people sober, she was, getting them drunk or whatever and stuff. That was not the plan because I had stopped seeing her long ago. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get you to understand what I'm going through. And my ex-girlfriends, Ty Dolla $ign got a song. I think these bitches trying to set me up. Or maybe I'm just paranoid. He ain't paranoid. Her middle name was named Cookie. You understand? Well, not her middle name, but her nickname. My ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans. And it's a bar on 79th and Carpenter called Cookies. Now, in Oprah's Greenleaf program, her first series, the first one, Oprah is playing a bartender. And Oprah's show in Chicago, the Oprah Winfrey Show, Harper or whatever, studios, was on Carpenter. See, nothing happens in this world by mistakes, and that's why I'm trying to get people to understand. Okay? So that's another little thing going on as far as Lena Horne, and she was a civil rights activist. You understand what I'm saying? But when I seen Oprah's name in the story concerning Lena Horne, you see Oprah's name, I knew it had to be a connection. I'm like, wow. This is not a coincidence and stuff. So, yeah, Google it. You understand what I'm saying? Before they change it. Because, Google, I went down there. And they ain't nothing nice and stuff, for real. They right here in Chicago. They weren't here 11 years ago. But since I've been hot on their trail, I guess, as far as my story is concerned, they had to get closer to me so they can monitor my every move and click and stuff, or whatever the case may be. Also, the year 1973 is in this story, and 1984, which is the real year that I gave Oprah Winfrey my story, about being a child abuse victim. I said 1986 because everybody know I'm not good at math and stuff. I got cheated out of $2 today going to Save a Lot, but I'm going to go back to them. You see the 1973 there? Yeah, so yeah, nothing happens in it. And they talk about Flip Wilson. You understand what I'm saying? All kind of nonsense. You just got to know it. Okay, Living Sober. You got to get this book. Real good book. I got to make references to this. Page 11. Real fast. Real fast it says, to begin to put the concept of live and let live into practice, we must face this fact. There are people in AA and everywhere else who sometimes say things we disagree with or do things we don't like. Learning to live with differences is essential to our comfort. It is exactly in those cases that we have found it extremely helpful to say to ourselves, oh well, live and let live. In fact, in AA, much emphasis is placed on learning how to tolerate other people's behavior, however offensive or distasteful it may seem to us. It is certainly not worth drinking about. Our own recovery is too important. Alcoholism can and does kill, we recall. We have learned it pays to make a very special effort to try to understand other people, especially anyone who rubs us the wrong way, for our recovery. It is more important to understand than to be understood, and that's part of the St. Francis prayer for real AA members. This is not very difficult if we bear in mind that the other AA members too are trying to understand just as we are. For that matter, we'll meet some people in AA or elsewhere who won't be exactly crazy about us either. So all of us try to respect the rights of others to act as they choose or must. We can then expect them to give us the same courtesy in AA. They generally do. So, for the ones who be trying to put people out for, being a little, distasteful to them or whatever and stuff, in the book Living Sober, and I read this on the psych ward when the mustard seed railroaded me and put me on the psych ward to dirty up my name and all kind of other mess. I read this on the psych ward. It was laying around, and they'll tell you, I read this book, and I pointed out that I was being railroaded, and nobody wanted to hear it and stuff. But that's it right there. That's it. Page 11, Living Sober. Read it for yourself. There's a lot of good stuff in here. And about the doctors, it say doctors who are experts on alcoholism tell us that there is a sound medical foundation for avoiding the first drink. It is the first drink which triggers immediately or sometime later the compulsion to drink more and more until we are in drinking trouble again. Many of us have come to believe that our alcoholism is an addition to the drug alcohol, like addicts of any sort who want to maintain recovery. We have to keep away from the first dose of the drug we have became addicted to. Our experience seems to prove this, as you can read in the book Alcoholics Anonymous and in the Grapevine magazine, and as you can hear wherever AA members get together and share their experience. And that's what the doctor said. And they knew that when they railroaded me in 2006 and, took me to the psych ward in Cook County Jail and drugged me up. The doctors knew that because I told you, I read this book on the psych ward in Cook County Hospital. You understand what I'm saying? So they knew what they was doing to me. They was trying to trigger me into becoming an addict again and stuff, but it didn't work. So I had to point that out for the ones who kind of wanted a good ending to what, I'm trying to convey to you and stuff. The railroad is real. Haters are too. Maintain your sobriety by any means necessary. If I can do it, you can do it too. And with that, my name is Mary, and I'm a grateful member of AA. Either way it goes. Gotta go.